Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia and Hungary, 4 European countries that make up one of the oldest associations called Visegrad Four. The history of its origin goes back to 1335. It was then, on the banks of the Danube in Visegrad, which is close to the modern Budapest, was held a landmark meeting of the Hungarian king with the rulers of Poland and Bohemia. That was the name of the Czech Republic. The sides signed an agreement on cooperation in different spheres. This long-standing treaty in a large extent determined the further vector of development of these countries. In its modern form, the Visegrad Four was formed in the early 1990s. Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia and Hungary are developing their cooperation in the fields of tourism, education, culture, economy, trade and science. These 4 countries are also actively cooperating with Kazakhstan.
Мы создали такую группу, Вышеградскую четверку, в которую входит Czechia, Slovakia, Венгрия, Польша.
We have created the Visegrad Four group, which includes the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary and Poland, and it works quite well in the inevitable disputes, conflicts, problematic situations within the EU. If we face any of them, we create a coalition, and our foursome becomes a reliable support. There are neighbors who are not members of the EU. We have established very good contacts with Ukraine, for example. The European Football Championship proved to be a good convergence, not only in the economy, sports life, but also in the life of a community.
Который оказался таким, очень сильным рычагом сближения не только экономики, не только как бы спортивной жизни, но просто жизни общественности.
Slovakia возникла 1 января 1993 года. С того момента у нас совсем серьезные отношения с Казахстаном для нас.
Slovakia was established on January 1st, 1993. Since then, we have a serious relationship with Kazakhstan. For us, for Slovakia, Kazakhstan is the most important partner of the countries of the former Soviet space and most important in the region of Central Asia. We are developing relationships in a variety of fields: construction, energy and small business. And what pleases me lately is the exchange of students from Kazakhstan to Slovakia and the tourism industry. If you do some calculation, I am satisfied with it.
Из Казахстана в Словакию и туристический бизнес. Если сделаем какой-то там подсчет, я доволен.
За последние годы наши двусторонние отношения очень динамично развивались.
In recent years, our bilateral relationships are developing very dynamically. In 2010, we managed to open a new page in the history of our bilateral relations. First, our leaders have visited your country, and now, thank God, and Kazakh leaders began to visit us.
Казахстан. А сейчас уже начали посещать, слава Богу, и казахстанские руководители. Наша работа оценивается с номером визитов.
Our work is evaluated by a number of visits. In this respect, I have a pretty good record behind me. In general, good results. A lot of visits are behind me. I initiated them myself and assisted to many delegations. In other words, the bilateral relations, bilateral contacts at the highest level are established. This is the first goal. There are other such fine results when something worthwhile happens in cultural life. My dream, well, it's not even a dream, but I was able to do it. I was instrumental in naming one of the streets in Budapest Astana.
Моя мечта, и не мечта, даже это более конкретно. Мой план, потому что я добился, что в Будапеште назвали улицу про Астану.
The union of these countries in Eastern Europe is due in the first place to the similarity of their economies of the time, the desire to enter the Western European structures, such as NATO and the European Union together, and survive the difficulties of the transition period.
Как региональное сотрудничество, это
As a regular cooperation, it is primarily expressed as mutual ratifications of the various positions. For example, the EU, it is a great bargain, and when we trade in the allocation of funds for development, that's when these four countries coordinate their positions and thus can more effectively negotiate with other groups of countries within the EU.
Mogут вести переговоры с другими группировками стран в рамках Евросоюза.
According to the diplomats, successful activity of the Visegrad Four corresponds with the approach of Kazakhstan to the regional and global economy. Moreover, the prospect of Kazakhstan to enter the WTO in the near future, as well as cluster development of the national economy, are considered by the so-called Quartet as an opportunity for expansion of mutual cooperation in various fields. Before World War II, Czechoslovakia was still among the 10 developed countries with a relatively high standard of living. Since then, more than half a century had passed. But in spite of the Nazi occupation, economic and political upheaval, the Czech Republic has managed to remain a developed industrial country, to maintain a highly qualified workforce and unique culture. The fall of the socialist regime in the Czech Republic was calm enough as a result of the so-called Velvet Revolution. The first president of the post-socialist Czech Republic and his government held a successful reform, ensuring transition to market economy while preventing the impoverishment of the people. Now the Czech Republic is one of the most successful countries in the European Union. Prague started to increasingly look at the East, which is considered as a promising market. With regard to cooperation with Kazakhstan, an important event in bilateral relations was the opening of the Czech Republic Embassy of the Republic of Kazakhstan in 2005. Astana appreciates the willingness of Prague to share their successful experience in attracting investment and promote diversification of the economy of our country. With regard to the promising directions of the Kazakh-Slovak cooperation, it can be attributed to those joint projects in the processing industry, the agricultural sector, in tourism and educational exchanges, small and medium business. The great potential of the Kazakh-Slovak cooperation is laid down in the transport sector. Both countries are the transit countries.
Наше посольство, которое здесь в Астане, готово предпринимать все шаги к тому, чтобы смягчило все эти.
Our embassy in Astana is ready to take all the necessary steps to mitigate bureaucratic procedures in order for Kazakhstani citizens to travel to Slovakia and enjoy our sites. Slovakia is a country which is a home to 5.5 million people. The capital city is Bratislava, 500,000 inhabitants. Vienna is 60 kilometers away from Bratislava. It is close to the Czech Republic, Hungary, Poland and Austria. The optimal place for families, resorts, alpine ski resorts.
Рядом Чехия, рядом Венгрия, рядом Польша, рядом Австрия. To znaczy optymalne miejsce dla семейного отдыха. Kurorty, wysokogórne, liżne kurorty.
Slovakia is cooperating with Kazakhstan for 2 decades now. During this period, countries made a long way in the development of friendly relations based on mutual trust and respect for each other's interests. The two countries signed a number of documents on different levels, which create the necessary legal basis for the active and fruitful cooperation between the two countries in almost all spheres. Poland has identified Kazakhstan as one of 5 promising markets. Warsaw considers Astana as a key partner in Eurasia and is interested in strengthening the political dialogue at all levels.
Прошло очень много миссий. Приезжали предприниматели с Польши в Казахстан, с Казахстана в Польшу. Заключено очень много контрактов. По этой программе продвижения польской...
There were a lot of missions with visits. Businessmen from Poland came to Kazakhstan and businessmen from Kazakhstan visited Poland. A lot of contracts were signed. According to the program of promotion of the Polish economy, Kazakhstan was identified as one of our key partners. We are focused on building machinery and equipment for the mining industry and the defense industry. But this is not the limit, because we are working in different fields. The most striking example is the production of medicines heme farm in Shymkent. Also, we cooperate in other areas. Everyone knows, not only in Kazakhstan and Poland, but also all around the world, that Almaty is the capital of apples, and we appreciate the taste of Almaty apples. But we are pleased that the citizens of Almaty and Kazakhstan appreciate the taste of Polish apples as well.
Все знают, не только в Казахстане, в Польше, но я думаю, во всем мире, что Алмата – это столица яблок. Но и мы очень высоко оцениваем вкус алматинских яблок, но мы также рады, что алматинцы и все казахстанцы также высоко оценивают вкус польских яблок.
Hungary also very productively builds bilateral relations with Kazakhstan. A solid foundation between the two countries was created for the development of cooperation in all spheres. Legal base of bilateral cooperation was formed, and all of these provide an important mechanism for dialogue in the political, trade, economic and humanitarian fields.
Казахстан может гордиться со своим динамичным развитием, потому что то, что за 20-22...
Kazakhstan can be proud of its dynamic development, because what it has done over the years of independence, it is something. Really, anyone can envy you. No wonder your leaders say that it is an organic development. It wasn't fast, not as a shock therapy, but in a very thoughtful way. You need to be grateful to your wise government officials. You need to express gratitude. The country was developing evenly and in a wonderful way.
Равномерно и удивительными темпами развивалась страна за эти 22 года. Практически все в Венгрии знают, что мы отсюда, да, с территории западного Казахстана, потому что, извините, кипчаки...
Almost everyone in Hungary knows that our ancestors came from the territory of Western Kazakhstan, because we are related to Kipchaks. And you think you are the great children of Attila. We also believe that we were all children of Turan, as we call it. But to be more specific, there is a genus of Magyars. We call ourselves in our language now Magyar, not Hungarians, but Magyars. And our country is called Magyarstan, Majorstan. For the countries of the Visegrad Four, dialogue with the countries of the southern and eastern regions of Asia is very important, and Kazakhstan is the #1 of the leading regions. Countries of Central Europe and Central Asia have much in common, according to diplomats, and this similarity is manifested in helpful and tolerant attitude to culture, religion, readiness to help each other. It was persona grata. See you soon on Kazakh TV.